Why, hello everybody. So, right now, I am having a spirited discussion with ex-employees and, friends basically, the people that I would identify as friends, about a problem or concurrent perplexing situation is what I'll call it. So, hold on.
So I decided to switch over to my podcast setup because this would have a very a higher increase of audio. My mind's just running now. So I switched to my podcast setup so that I can get better audio quality. So the problem that we're talking about, let me move you a little. One of the things that I'm talking about is the fact that at my company, we used to have these apprenticeship programs that would get you from a starting job up to a more skilled job. So that was the sale. You enter at a base level job, an entry level job, and then you get into, after a few years, you get into an apprenticeship, and then you become a highly or a specialized or skilled laborer. Let that be whether that is a mechanic, a signals person, substations, what have you. So one of the problems is that my company, and it's not only happening at my company, I'm sure, is they were putting a lot of money into these people and they weren't seeing a valued return. Or people would just go into these programs, do it for a few years to get off night shift to go to day shift, and then they would quit right before the program and go right back to their previous job of unskilled labor. Well, the company had done all of these things, or jump programs constantly, what have you. So unfortunately, the newer people have had found a path of getting kind of screwed by the previous generations at work. So now they opened up training programs. Well, what they did, and I see it as it is a barrier. I see it, okay, this is my personal opinion, but I see it as a barrier of entry, but a needed barrier of entry, where you are proving to the company that you will go the extra mile, you will learn. And the friction that I'm hearing, and I'm talking about with these people that I used to work with, I call my friends, very knowledgeable people, different personal life experiences and ages, are having a problem. Some of them are having a problem with the idea that you would have to take these classes. And on one hand, some people were complaining about how it was all seniority based. And now it is basically, I guess, based on you taking these classes to prove that you want to learn, and then applying and having an interview to prove if you're a right candidate. So some people are having problems with that. A coworker of mine that's particularly having a problem is that he keeps applying, and keeps getting blow-off letters, right? Saying that, we appreciate your hard work, blah, 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 but you were not selected. And what I'm not understanding is that this individual is not using that as a means to better themselves in the way that they're not saying, okay, well, I need to take a step back. I failed once. How can I learn from this? Instead, from my understanding, he's just barreling forward with the same information and getting more and more frustrated that he's not getting ahead without changing anything really. But there are a few people, and excuse me for eyeballing this, but there was one person that said the company isn't even willing to help develop their own employees unless they take 3 community college courses. This is so new, especially when you're considering employees who have worked there for 3 years and have been wanting to promote before this new rule was established. I understand how previous employees ruined it by abusing the amount of the leash the company gave in regards to apprenticeships, but how is this the answer to the problem? And my response was they're willing, they're paying for the classes, saying which classes to take, spelling out a path to take. The idea that seniority trumps everything is okay, then so be it. But it's up to you, me, and everyone to push their comfort zones to be better. None of us really want to be uncomfortable. I mean, that's true. You know, I myself am applying to other jobs and getting turned down, and I really need to take a step back and think about what my inadequacies are. You know, it's very hard. It sucks. You know, everybody wants to feel like they're doing their best. They're trying their hardest. But in reality, we are trying our hardest in the things we are comfortable with, right? And once you get out of the comfort zone, then you'll inevitably get better, right? And some of the other people that are in this chat are actually bringing up the fact that they themselves did the classes. They themselves went out of their comfort zones. They really didn't want to do it, but they did it. And they're in a program right now. So one of them said, the purpose from what I see regarding those required classes was to weed out everyone who didn't give two shits about the company's apprenticeships. We have seen too many people abusing them. If you're 100% sure you'd want to be in an apprenticeship program, then these classes are a gateway to them. And so now also they're having problems with the amount of people that are being let in, because it's like some of them only have between 1 to 3 people, and some of them have like a max of 15. And sometimes the dedication isn't there, because in one of the programs, I think they hired like 10 people or 15, and 5 of them already quit. So the company's having a hard time, I guess, getting their footing, because this is a new system that they're implementing. And I am actually behind it. In fact, I think that it's good that they have to take these classes. Not only does it give to me a base knowledge of all the applicants, but it also proves that they're going to learn. So for me, it makes no sense to have somebody refuse to take a class when they want to go into a program where they will be learning for multiple years. I mean, maybe I'm weird, I don't know. And there has to be some kind of personal responsibility. To me, it is the idea that, you know, people throw around like snowflake culture and all this stuff. But for me, I think that the lack of responsibility to think, why am I not getting these positions? I've been working here for a long time. I'm doing my best. I'm actually this young man is a very, very good worker. And I want to see nothing but him to succeed. But unfortunately, he's letting these classes kick his ass. He's not even going to try. So for me, I think you have to take a step back and say, why do I not want to take these classes? Why do I think I'm better than everybody else to take these classes? Is it the fact that I've been here for years? I mean, to me, that's not good enough. He's already shown that he is a hard worker. He's willing to work as a team, work for a team, give his time up. But I mean, it just seems incredulous to me to look at the system, flawed as it is, and say, how come it's so unfair to me? To me, it's a kind of narcissistic view, and other people can see, other people that were around this young man, done the classes, and they're in the programs. So I don't see it. I don't see this victim mentality of, I see what other people have done, but you know what? That's not my path. I'm above that. And this person might not understand that to me, that's what it sounds like. And I don't think that's his intent, but he's still getting frustrated that he's not achieving anything. And to be honest, when I was in the military, that's one of the things that got me out, was that I felt like I was being slighted. I felt like I wasn't being recognized. But in reality, who am I? What did I do? I did some extra things I did, yes, but there were other things that I backed away from because I didn't want to be part of it. Positive things. I didn't want to add extra responsibility. I'd use excuses. And then when the time came for promotions and I got passed over, I took it very, very personally. And that kind of thinking got me out of the military. I mean, granted, it was good because, I'm here now and I'm appreciative of everything I've gotten. And the military actually gave me allowed me to get this house, allowed me to get my master's degree for free, really. So I do appreciate it, but I just wanted to record this video and my thoughts and, changing kind of the format of this channel as this man K1 who he put in the comments in my last video, maybe I should be doing something like this, doing 2 videos a week, and one is very specialized and the other one is not. But either way, I will sign out, and tell me what you guys think down in the comments below, because I think it's a good discussion on who we are as a people and how we see ourselves and how we can improve ourselves through education, through going into those parts of ourselves that we don't want to recognize, understanding our weaknesses and trying to be better and pushing through those. One of the key ways is education. It doesn't have to be formal. It could just be watching a YouTube video, reading some books, constantly keep learning. And one thing that people do is stop learning after they get out of high school. They say, well, I don't need to learn anymore. And the problem is that you do, actually. You get to be my age. I'm 43. I'm almost 44. And your friends list diminishes, your body diminishes, your mental health diminishes, your mental acuity diminishes. So you always have to be proactive, not reactive to these diminishing returns, our diminishing body, So that's why I exercise all the time. That's why I try and read. That's why I try and talk to people, these discussions, try to have some really solid discussions. Maybe I should do another podcast without George or with George or whatever, and have it just be discussions and get people that I don't agree with, and I could talk about it and see from their view, because that's what I've always tried to do since I was younger, is get somebody else's point of view, try to understand. So I'll sign out now. This video is going to be kind of long-winded, and we're still on the discussion path. So all right, thanks everybody. I appreciate it. Bye.